Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, hello. Hope everyone's having a good one so far. Welcome back. I know I'm late. I said I was going to be late. I wasn't expecting it to be that late, but we're late. But we're here. You know, that's all that matters. We're here now. Ooh, excuse me. I'm still full from eating dinner at my grandparents'. We had burgers and fries and oh my goodness, my grandma made me eat a lot. But it was always good seeing them. It's always really good seeing them. I'm very glad and very grateful to see them all the time. And I'm going to be going back over there next week. This time it's not going to be on the streaming day. I promise you that. It's not going to be on a streaming day. It's going to be like on an off day. So like maybe Wednesday or Friday. There we go. Had to do that. There we go. So anyhow, hope you guys are having a good Thursday. The short film was finally out. I'm glad that it's finally out now. Oh my goodness, I am hot as well. But yeah, short film's finally out. I'm working on the next one as yesterday. As soon as I posted that one was already going out. Oof. I'm almost getting ready to go into production phase. I'm still in the prep phase for that short film. And then from there, we're probably going to be doing... I got to do that short film, and then I'm working on all this stuff on the background. So it's going to be a busy week, as always. But it's been a busy week already, just because of everything that's been happening this week, with the gym, going to my cousin for that, then the grandparents tonight. So it's kind of shook the streaming a little bit, but we're here now. So Ryushi, I know it says Carlos, and I don't know why YouTube's doing that. And I'm sorry, but I know it's you. But I'm glad to have you back here. Hope you're doing well. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm a little late. I know, but I knew I was going to be late going into the stream this week in this stream, just because of how a lot of things fell into place at the last second. Like I said, grandparents for the dinner tonight. I forgot that was tonight, so I wanted to make sure I got there. Stream's a little bit later, but we're here now. And then for Tuesday's stream, I was at the gym with my cousin. Wasn't expecting that. So, it's all good there. But yeah, I'm doing pretty well besides that. I'm glad the short film's out. I think I was on a creator stump for a little bit. So I was kind of stuck doing that. But now that I got it out, I'm like, all right, we ready to roll now. Like, hey, I think it's always whenever I do a new arc. It's whenever a new arc comes out is that I get that creator's little block for a minute. But then once I get it out, then I'm rolling on top of that, just because it's a new arc. I took a week off after that arc to get the short film out. So yeah, but yeah, family first, of course, family first. And that's something I want you all to know as well. Like no matter what, family first for you all. Whether y'all decide to tune in and y'all gotta leave for fan stuff, hey, that's all good. I would rather you deal with your family first than to come and watch me. And I appreciate and I thank you all for watching me, but I want you all to make sure y'all taking care of yourselves and the family or the people you care about too first. So, we got a busy night tonight. We're going to be doing Spark to Wildfire. Very excited for that. Alto! Hello. Good day, P1, everyone. Welcome back, Alto. Hope you're having a good one so far. Glad to have you here. And yeah, glad to have you all here. Let's see. Man, this chapter is great because of the one thing you're going to discover yourself. Oh boy, I can't wait. I've heard this chapter was good. And I've heard that it should have been the main story besides Selena's. Bold claim. We're going to see, though. And we're also going to see if it ends up getting a short film. It may get a short film. We're going to see. But I don't want to waste any more time. I want to get right on into this. I'm ready to roll for this. I'm going to mute the music, even though it's going pretty well so far. Music kind of popping. All right. And then we're going to unmute the game. Okay. So we ended up on the cliffhanger. With us going to a warship. As to what the warship is called, I have no clue. We're still looking for the key. And something else, I believe, on top of it. So, but I can already tell I'm going to like this music because the music kind of going good so far. With the piano and violin off the rip. So... man, and her moveset is great too. I haven't played her yet, and I'm very excited to play her and try her out. So it's gonna be a good one. I'm excited to do this. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get on into this. Episode 1 of the Floating Record, Sparks to Wildfire. Everything started with Vera. Everything should end with Vera. Ooh, boy. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do it. Yep, this great chap. Whoa!
Lies will always be lies.
What? Right off the bat?
Not heroes. I'll never become one.
Whoa!
I took your spear.
The music is setting the tone.
I am a worthless coward, forced with a title, immortal, from one generation to the next. Crafted valor only serves as the banner man to wage against.
Oh, shit!
An absurd paradox.
You, an overextended everyman. Will you be swept along with the tide?
Yo!
One more wretched step.
Oh, shit!
Either way,
Yo!
whenever you need me,
Oh!
give me your hand. No matter how the world decays,
Yo!
will not burn out in a place like this.
Woo!
This time, I will be your blade.
Haha!
Long enough before that good night. So let me pave the path forward.
Yo! Okay! Yo! Oh, damn! We're starting off like that? Yo, this is gonna be crazy! Yo, this is gonna be a crazy fucking chapter. This is gonna be a good stream, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Nat, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Hope you're having a good one so far. Welcome to the stream. You're just in time. We're getting ready to start episode 2. Oh my goodness, this might get a short film right off the rip. I'm not sure yet. I still gotta let it play out. Wow. And a cutscene right off the rip. That's insane. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, episode 2, Rolling Snow. And we're getting to use a new frame too. Woo! Let's go. Here we go. Episode 2, Rolling Snow. Let's do it. My voice acting's gotta be fucking on point tonight. I was the shadow of a wax-winged slain. I have a feeling. Okay, now judging by how Lloyd already, I've seen Lloyd. It looks like he might be the boss. He might be the boss. Now this is just me speculating. I'm not sure, but it looks like he might be the boss. All right, here we go. I was by the false azure of the window pane. I don't know if that was Lloyd or Vera. We're gonna say it was Vera. October 2061. Oh, 2160. Okay, here we go. Squad 3, report your position. Arrived at target location, floor 15, awaiting further instructions. There were no hostilities in your location. Remember, your mission is to search and rescue. If there's another case of competitiveness like last time, none of you will graduate. Not a single one. Several young faces crouched behind the door, exchange uneasy glances at these words, then collectively turned toward a female cadet at the rear of their formation. Her military cap fails to completely cover her red hair, with a few rebellious strands hanging beside her ears, much like a cadet herself. As long as she doesn't go berserk, our squad won't have any problems. Oh, quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. As long as I'm here, there'll always be someone to back you up. You all understand the reality you're in, but all of you are too stubborn to admit it. It's actually quite amusing. That's wild if that's Vera. That's actually her. Quiet! Focus on the mission. We breach in 1 minute. This is not a drill. I want everyone at maximum alert. Yo! Holy shit! Oh my goodness, bro. Them eyes are cold. And she looked good putting that shit on. God damn! She business casual. She rocking that fit. The squad leader's contention was Skulv, along with the warning crackling through the comms, are completely disregarded by the red-haired cadet. She remains as she is. Oh, hold on. She remains as she always is, wearing an expression to complete indifference. Wipe that look off your face. Just stay at the rear formation and follow orders to the letter. Got it? Hey, Vera! Oh, copy that. The Squad 3 leader hesitates briefly after seeing Vera's response. Why are you so obedient today? Normally by now you'd already be... Meanwhile, a military whistle sounds from the lower floors of the building. Squad 3, move out! Breach the door! Upon receiving the order, the leader immediately signals with a hand, and explosive charges in on the scorching metal door detonate, blasting it to pieces with a thunderous boom. Breach! 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 The damaged door is kicked open, and the entire squad rushes in with weapons raised sharply, quickly slipping through the entrance one after another. I like the music. Is anyone there? It's safe now. Come out if you can hear us. The area is secure. That's a nice detail. Everyone surveys the fire scorched surroundings with weapons raised, tactically following each other's footsteps while deliberately pushing Vera through the back of the formation. It's just a search and rescue. Do they really need to rush? Do they really need to be in a rush like that? Vera, you've been banned from frontline operations. If you mess up one more time, you won't be the only one receiving a dismissive warning. Everyone in your squad will suffer the consequences with you. All I can do right now is keep my eyes peeled and check the corners for survivors. I suggest we spread out. Everyone should give each other space and search for each corner properly. What's the point of bunching together like this? That's too bad, Vera. We're making sure you don't try to go solo again this time. Get out of the way. Oh, shit. Ah! Before the captain can react, Vera launches a swift kick, sending him flying behind a nearby table. A split second later, a massive hound roars as it leaps through the space where the captain has been standing, its jaw snapping shut with a bone-chilling crack. Had the captain not been knocked out in time, it would have been his neck between those teeth. With lightning-fast reflexes, Vera takes down the massive hound and immediately unleashes a hail of bullets toward the area ahead. The captain's eyes wider than shock amid the frenzied barrage. He sees something flooding toward them like a tidal wave. He can't find the right words to describe them, managing only to shout a single alert code in his radio. Monsters! Fall back. Everyone fall back. Bro, she looked good. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. I think it's the eyes. I think her eyes are doing it for me right now. Vera continues firing while yanking up the captain she had kicked to safety, leading their teammates to a tactical retreat. Wasn't this supposed to be just a standard terrorist attack? A rescue mission? Don't tell me you concealed your mission's true nature and led them straight to the front lines just to get back at me? That's bullshit! We're just a bunch of students who hadn't even graduated. At most, we're backups for the rescue operation. How are we qualified for high security missions like this? Besides, even I hated you with all my guts. I wouldn't put my own life at stake and die with you. Thinking about it, place this bunch of biotech company building and these unplanned monsters appear. If you ask me, all I can say is they're hiding too damn much. These money-grabbing people have all hearts of black as coal. We're screwed. I knew missions with you never end well, Vera. Last time was bad enough, but this time we're totally done for. The captain speaks through the gritted teeth into a radio, describing the crisis Squad 3 had encountered. Instructor, investigate the place. Please investigate. The company is conducting illegal experiments. We're looking at them right now. Dogs with 3 heads and fish with legs. They're extremely aggressive and charging straight at us. The radio crackles were static. No response. Something's gone wrong. Fall back for now. All in service is too crazy. Yeah, the fact that there's a 3-headed dog. And I don't know if she's in service right now, but it sounds like she's in Squad 3. So I'm assuming she's in Colonel still. Vera covers the retreat, sliding out through the main entrance and firing every last bullet at the monsters inside. But from the corner of her eye, she catches a glimpse of something hidden in another secluded corner. Ooh! Bro, I think it's her eyes. I think her eyes are doing it for me. It's only a split second of hesitation. A dog lunges at her, clamping down on Vera's shin and knocking her to the ground. She crashes into the corner, hitting her head in the process. Her vision instantly goes dark as the world spins around her. She is in military school right now? Oh, okay. So she's not in Colonel at all. So is she technically a human then, still? She senses something changing within her body, but has no time to investigate further. Through her fading vision, she glimpses a fragment of unfamiliar world. Yep, on that? Okay. Oh yeah, let's do this.
What? The defense line has been breached already. Where am I? Wasn't I just inside the building?
Oh yeah, this is gonna be good.
Vera to Squad 3. I repeat, Vera to Squad 3. Do you copy?
Can we move?
Authorization expired. Restarting baseline test program.
Where is that voice coming from?
Now we can move. My dear Valkyrie, where's the fire? Now back to the present continuation of the arcade anima. Okay, so now we're back in the present.
Preliminary assessment indicates Hound is in good condition. Permission granted to begin baseline testing.
I'm gonna be having a lot of water breaks if I'm gonna be fucking screaming all night with voice acting.
I was the shadow of the waxwing slain by the false azure in the window pane. I am ready to charge to the front lines at any moment, and may be killed by the corrupted at any time, but I'm not afraid of this fate.
Oh! Holy sh... Wow! She looked good. Okay. Oh, you can hold it? Oh my goodness.
Follow my lead. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Oh, okay, that one's done. I didn't even get to use her skills. I just used her basic attack and held it.
On the punishing battlefield, sometimes you must kill comrades infected by punishing with your own hands. You approve of this practice. After experiencing various battlefields, you believe you've developed psychological trauma or more severe symptoms of mind deviation.
Dude, she... Wow! Bro, that is some crazy movesets. Oh my goodness.
Follow my lead. There's nothing to be afraid of.
While fighting for Kurano, you felt that everything might be fake. Your existence might also be fake. You harbor resentment toward the world and everything around you. You decide to shatter the window.
I was trying to hold out.
The flames. My unseen flame.
Oh my goodness. Wow! Holy shit! That moveset goes fucking insane.
Test pass. Authorization granted. Initiating memory data synchronization.
I see. So this frame is active again. Come, take a piece of flesh from this body of mine.
Rolling snow. Wow. Holy shit.
What a warm welcome.
Great moveset. Vera is easy circle. Oh, we gotta save our guy. Hold on.
Skulking in the shadows. Delusion. My unseen flame.
Bro, that is insane. That is so fucking insane.
With a relentless fight of pain.
Holy shit! Oh! We just got AoE'd.
Don't you dare.
Bro, what is this? What? Wow! Holy shit, her... Wow! I'm speechless.
It's locked. Captain, do we have any breaching devices left?
No more. Maybe we could find access cards on the building staff. But the area is full of those monsters. We've already lost some people. The communications are down. We might not even make it out of here ourselves.
Check for casualties first. It's not over yet.
Easy for you to say. Keep your eyes on that health signal detector and look for more survivors.
Her design is really good. Fatal wound, fatal wound.
Impressive. You've completely reversed the labels for fatal and non-fatal wounds. Did they teach you to make such elementary errors at the academy? Forget it. I'll handle the search mission. You stay here and catch your breath. Just try not to die of fright if you see an enemy.
Still with that damn attitude. You better not come back here empty-handed.
Oh, he's alive? I thought he died.
Here's an access card. Heading back to the gate now.
I got it. Like, this is insane. Like, the fact that she's got that much horsepower into that shit, that's insane. That was some crazy damage output.
There's a voice. Vera.
Damn, why are you speed running like that?
Those things are coming after us. Watch your back. Going in the shower.
Wow. So you've got... I do like how they combine both of her frames from both Vera Garnet and her A-rank frame.
Managed to with a relentless fight.
That is such a fucking good... Oh my goodness. Like, you can't even tell what the fuck's happening, but you can already know she's doing some work. That is wild.
There's another survivor.
And I'm not gonna lie, her legs go crazy. Like, them thighs are wild. Oh, what is this? Another fucking Jateve thing? We gotta fucking get to 100%? You're doing well. You walked through the fire and only got some scars on your arm. Pretty lucky, I'd say. Don't worry about the scarring. My military hospital doesn't handle that sort of thing. But there are plenty of specialties clinics outside of that that can completely restore your skin. It's nothing to worry about. As for the other things to pay attention to, there's not much besides being careful about what you eat. Hey, Vera, are you even listening? The doctor removes the dressing from Vera's arm, frowning as she tries to get the attention of the young woman who seems to be miles away. Huh? I'm listening. Yeah, I think it's some eyes. Them eyes go fucking insane. Wow. You didn't hear what I said. Why didn't you care about your own body? Did you get injured on every mission? Or you get hurt during training? What's wrong with you? Vera blinked softly, her gaze briefly passing over the doctor's look as his exasperated concern. You... Forget it. It's always been like this. If you ever stopped to think about the consequences, you would have rushed into that burning building and dragged someone out. By the way, the person you rescued has finally woken up. They were in a coma for nearly a month, but at least they survived. At the mention of this, Vera's attention returns instantly, like the subtle flutter of her eyelashes. Oh, that's good. Would you like to visit them? They've been moved to the general ward. Maybe. Wow. The doctor finally loses her patience with Vera's absent-mindedness and smacks her hand on the desk. Vera, look at me when I'm talking to you. You had the same expression when you came in for dressing change last time. What's been on your mind lately? Is it about graduation? Has your probation period already ended? Are you still having trouble graduating? Graduation shouldn't be a problem. As long as those recruiters stop tripping over themselves trying to collar me. I'm thinking about something else. Vera traces the raised scars on her forearm, her mind drifting back to the day in the burning building. Back then, she was knocked to the ground by an escaped test subject from the building, and it felt as if her body and consciousness had become disconnected. The moment passed in an instant, but that sensation still lingers in her body. It felt as if her bones and flesh had been replaced with this cold metal. She's still herself, yet utterly different from who she once was. Doctor, what's the current level of bionic prosthetic technology? Prosthetics? Bionic technology? Why are you suddenly asking me about that? Hey, you're not planning some kind of mechanical ascension, are you? I'm just curious. I want to know more about it. Technology in that field is quite advanced now. Bionic prosthetics have a high adoption rate and it's become a relatively successful industry. There's a rather famous figure in the field, Professor Liston. Have you heard of him? He's leading a representative for those research passionate about mechanical human argumentation. Though I've heard he's been focusing on teaching students these past few years and rarely makes public appearances. If you're interested in learning more, I could also... So, is there technology now that can gradually replace the entire body with mechanical structures? The kind where not even a trace of biological tissue remains? It does exist, yes. Our military district occasionally gets access to cutting-edge projects like that. I heard recently that someone already achieved a complete body modification, replacing the entire body with metal structures. They can even discard the brain and nervous system, strong consciousness and memories, though through some special method. Yes, that's it. Something like that. Gwyneth falls silent, studying Vera with a suspicious gaze. Something wrong? I suspect you're having dangerous thoughts. I've known you for many years, and I believe every bizarre thing you say has a source. I'm really just curious. Stop, Vera. For your own sake, I won't be discussing these things with you anymore. I can't keep up with your line of thinking and predict what neural impulse you'll have next. The doctor gathers her things and stands up to leave. You just said you wanted to meet the person brought back from the fire site. Let's go then. From now on, I'll only answer your questions about this matter. It is nice to see that you get a little bit of Vera having emotions in a sense. Like, you can actually see her, like, contemplating what she's trying to think and feel like she has a different personality. To where we see her now, it's like she's teasing us all the time, but she ain't really being vulnerable like that. So, it is interesting. Blaze Warrior! Hi, one of my friends on Discord decided to scrap her old series that she was making, so she's gonna make a new one, and I asked her to let me know what characters that she wants me to voice. Hell yeah! Hey, you just gotta make sure you keep yourself in the loop. But don't come off too strong. On top of that, you don't want to be pushy about it. But yeah, just make sure you stay in the loop. But hope you're having a good one so far. Welcome back to the stream. We're running a bit late, but that's all right. We're here. To the 6 people watching, hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you all may be. So yeah, but glad to see that you're doing well. Glad to see that she's making a new series at least. And getting new characters and all that. That's gonna happen. Excuse me, hold on. Ugh, them burgers and fries are kicking my ass right now. Woo! Alright, here we go. Through the hospital room window, Vera gazes intently inside. That day Wait, that day's counterterrorism operation went away. Awry. I don't know how you say that word. Awry. Airy. I'm just gonna say awry. With multiple members of Vera's logistics squad injured. Yet, even while surrounded by artificial mutant creatures, the squad still managed to rescue an ordinary person from the burning building. Reportedly, the squad leader repeatedly confirmed this person showed no signs of mutation before sending them to the military hospital. He doesn't seem to be recovering. The man in the hospital room remains in deep sleep. One of his arms is ruined, and beneath his clothes, his body is covered in freshly healed burn scars. One could say he barely cheated death. You probably don't know this, but he was in comatose in the ICU for a long time, and the first thing he did when he woke up was demand to know if that building had burned down. Vera raises an eyebrow at these words. And then, well, we told him the truth. Yes, it was completely burnt down, and he suddenly became extremely agitated. We had to tranquilize him before he calmed down. Holy shit! This person is suspicious. What? Don't worry, I'll look into it and confirm the facts. Through the window, Vera continues to study the unconscious man, watching as he clings to life with his broken body. Before you breathe your last, why don't I squeeze whatever I can value I can get out of you? Wow, she's smiling. That's crazy. Red-haired Vera returns from the hospital, walking through the corridors of the military academy. She passes by many fellow students without greeting any of them. Everyone is bustling about preparation for the final graduation assessment. Once they pass, they'll be able to join the various combat teams and enjoy a stable and comfortable life in this era of peace. Yet despite the hustle, everyone spares a glance, secretly eyeing the girl who has always kept to herself. Went out again? Changed your bandages at the military hospital? Still injured after a whole month? Must be nice enjoying all that free healthcare. The Team 3 squad leader blocks Vera's path, congratulating her snittedly. Thanks to your heroic sacrifice during the last mission, we managed to rescue the hostage as you, with only as a casualty. If you don't deserve a commendation, then who does, right? You poor thing. Is that burn on your arm healed already? Oh no. Is it scarred? Get lost, child. Vera understands perfectly this sarcastic concern and congratulation has a meaning. It's a subtle warning about her unauthorized commendation. Oh, about what we discussed last time. Have you thought about it? At the graduation, continue us with the logistics? Almost everyone in the Team 3 wants this. This is the second time we've extended this invitation. Don't be so difficult. Once this opportunity passes, it won't come again. You might lose yourself resigned to some freezing outpost along the Arctic Route Union. Huh? Is this an invitation or a threat? Vera stands her ground and lets out a contemptuous laugh. That's what I like about Vera. She stays 10 toes down whenever she wants to. She like, you want to test me? We'll test it. We'll run it. I do like Vera for that. That's one of the main reasons why I do like Vera. She don't give a fuck who you are. She gonna call it out as it is. Oh, as long as Vera's around, all of our problems will be easily solved. Isn't that what you all think? You people haven't even graduated yet, and you've already found the perfect workhorse to secure your careers and fast-track your promotions. How convenient for you all. Vera rolls up her sleeve, revealing the scar left by the tongues of the flame that licked her arm. I'd rather be on the front lines collecting more scars like this than to be associated with any one of you. Pampered swine of the Golden Age. That's exactly what you people are. Huh? You bitch! You make me sick, Vera! You'll beg for this opportunity when you know what's good for you. With a cold expression, Vera sidesteps the fuming squad leader and continues walking forward. She knows she can provoke them with just one sentence, but she also is aware that such verbal sparring brings no benefit, so she doesn't bother continuing the confrontation. What she needs to do now is far more important than any petty conflicts. Arriving at the office at the end of the hallway, Vera knocks lightly before pushing open the door. That's Hilda? Wow, she looked young. Wow, this has been a long time then. Hell, that also means Vera's fucking old. Respectfully. Regarding the hostage rescue from the fire, I believe it's also necessary too. A well-dressed woman sits in the superior's desk discussing procedures for the terrorist attack. My apologies. I'll return later.
No, your timing is perfect. Please stay and listen, Vera.
Vera, you're the student who rescued that hostage. The woman extends her right hand, gently shakes the hands with Vera, and presents her work identification. I'm Hilda from the control court. Please, come here and listen to what I have to say. Hilda gestures with her hand and Vera nods, walking over to stand stiffly at her side. As I was saying, regarding the hostage you rescued, we need to confirm this identity. You were the first person with close contact at the scene, and I'd like to hear your thoughts. Understood. I'll cooperate. According to the medical report, his face is completely destroyed, and his DNA information doesn't match anything in the residence database. We're currently unable to determine that person's identity. But we do have a theory. Hilda sends a file to Vera, who immediately reads it. Take a closer look at the details. That building at the headquarters is the biotech company under the Copperfield Group. The company's business performance is average. Copperfield barely bothers to manage it, and I hear they're preparing for acquisition process. Overall, though, there aren't any significant issues. Their main business has been extremely common genetic selection program that's currently on the market, highly popular among the upper crust. Thorough genetic selection. They manufacture the most superior offspring, free from various hierarchy diseases and unstable development factors. Sounds like a good thing, doesn't it? As Vera offers a blunt assessment, the officer at the desk shoots a rewarding glance. However, Hilda gives a slight nod. Yes. Now, I need to tell you this. The hostage's skin was severely burned, only with faint markings remaining, but after thorough examination, we believe it's a code sequence. You suspect he's one of their test subjects. It's entirely possible, given the modified monsters that appeared there. I imagine human experimentation wouldn't be much of a stretch for them. But the timing makes no sense. Oh? Tell me what you're thinking. Vera doesn't respond immediately. Instead, she glances toward the desk. Commander. The officer at the desk continues to frown. Vera, you're free to express your thoughts, even if you think they're just loose threads of speculation. Understood. As it happens, the Kowloon Fushui Research Institute was recently embroiled in a scandal, promoting the investigation restructuring by the Science Council Ethics Committee. Many people were held accountable. With such precedents, if a biotech company like this were truly engaging in illegal activities, logically they would scatter out their labs in different locations and maintain strict secrecy. Yet their headquarters, located near the city center, brazenly housed those experimental subjects, conducted human experiments that crossed every single line, and even exposed ordinary citizens to these activities. Even if the company was struggling financially, a smooth acquisition wouldn't have been a bad outcome. But this behavior is corporate suicide, like grabbing a megaphone to broadcast their wrongs to the world. Therefore, I suspect someone must have deliberately exposed them, setting out experimental subjects and even a hostage as evidence. Vera finishes explaining her theory, and Hilda nods repeatedly in agreement. So this is the work of justice judgment. The media should have picked up on this by now. No. Why hasn't there been any news about it an entire month? People go outside to still think it's just an ordinary terrorist attack. Did you suppress the information? Vera slightly furrows her brow. She suddenly feels something isn't quite right. If she's overlooked a subtle but crucial detail. Hilda looks directly into Vera's eyes and passes her own device to Vera. The screen displays a video. Yes, we did suppress the information. Here's the reason why. The video begins to play. Oh shit! It's a Luna wing. It's a Luna wing. I don't know how I want to do his voice. I want to say we could do that. We could try it. I'm gonna have to experiment with his voice.
My name is Liston. I'll spare you the lengthy introduction. Let me explain the situation in simple terms. I've been conducting a human cybernetic modification project for several years now, and the most advanced results are right before your eyes. All research conducted by myself, my laboratory, and my students have remained within ethical boundaries. We've undergone regular reviews and have never engaged in any unethical practices that violate human dignity. Next is my formal accusation. I'm reporting my former student, Hines. Hines was already using illegal methods to obtain capitors back when he was studying under me. to facilitate his human modification experiments. At that time, he received an offer from biotechnology company reportedly controlled by the Copperfield Group. I took the initiative to inform the company about his background, but they all hired Hines anyway. After many years, I've come to believe that this company is likely illegally collecting human genetic data samples and conducting embryonic cultivation. I don't have a conclusive evidence, but I forward all the information and relevant documents I'm aware of to you. I kindly request that you investigate this matter. That's it.
Liston raises his hand in the video and the screen goes black. That's not bad. That's not bad. We can rock with that. We can work with it. Professor Liston is quite the character. He's always been straightforward. 2 months ago, he sent us this information while as whistleblower. He took on his allegations very seriously and conducted a public investigation into that company. It wasn't when we discovered the company was performing poorly and was about to be acquired. However, our investigation didn't uncover any of these alleged ethical violations. This Hines that Liston reported was conducting what appeared to be normal biological research projects. Nevertheless, as a precaution, we temporarily suspended the project. Everyone seems fine, at least back then. We weren't any monsters in that building yet. Or there weren't any, sorry. Something's not right. Vera raises her head, a new idea forming in her mind. I'd like to add my earlier hypothesis, though it's still just a half-baked theory. I hope I'm not wasting your time. We're just having a casual chat. There's no need to treat this as a formal investigation. You can just relax and speak freely. Thanks. Is Hines missing now? Yes, his disappearance coincides with the timing of the building incident. Additionally, there were severe casualties among the personnel involved, and all relevant documents have been lost. I wonder if Hines is the guy that Vera saved. Is it possible that someone deliberately exposed these things to the outside world and intentionally left behind that hostage for me to rescue? Or rather, here's what I think. Vera steps forward. Someone at the Copperfield Group's subsidiary gained a rare scientific sanctuary only to be reported by their own mentor years later. Their project was quickly suspended for investigation. When everything you've worked so hard for falls apart, if it were me, I'd be inclined toward revenge. My masterpiece should have made a spectacular debut. As for where I should position myself, naturally, as close to the stage as possible, somewhere I can appreciate my masterpiece up close. Vera traces the raised scars on her forearm, her mind drifting back to that day in the burning building. A bomb detonates softly in Vera's eyes, erupting into blaze red flames, just like that building on that day. Apart from her hostage, who's still under supervision at the military hospital, could anyone else really have accomplished all this effortlessly within 2 months? Perhaps we should call him Hines. But his DNA information doesn't belong to Hines. Genes are a person's biological code. So how could he rewrite his own genes? Our current level of human modification technology can replace limbs with more powerful mechanical prosthetics or making biological enhancements to the original flesh. But what if Hines actually went a step further and achieved genetic modification? If it can't be achieved on the original body, what about before the next self is born? Ethically reprehensible cloning has always been a major focus on such illegal research, and I doubt someone who casually steers corpses would care about ethical boundaries. After all, in this era, there are way too many more to shed one's skin and disappear. Hilda smiles and looks at the officer at the desk. You're right. She wasn't just a crazy girl. She's razor sharp.
I've said it before, she's perfect for this new mission. Vera, we need you to search for more evidence going forward. Your mission is to continue guarding our rescued hostage. Until we can confirm there's a root to the problem, then arrest them. So until your formal graduation assessment, you won't need to participate in any other missions. Just focus on doing this one properly.
What about the regular training sessions?
You don't need to attend those either. I see some people have already found their place, but you don't belong among them.
Okay. So what is she on babysitting duty now for this guy? The red-haired Vera leaves the office door, clearly aware that she's just earned some recognition and was fortunate enough to gain a buffer period before graduation. The two people remaining in the office continue chatting about other matters. So, how does it feel, hollowing up here as an instructor? I see you're even pretending to be serious.
Well, sometimes you just have to put on a show for the young people. That's at that age where they only judge by appearances. But I don't plan to continue staying in this place anyway. Otherwise, I'd really become the second fool to spend their entire lifetime as a soldier. Enough about that. What are you here to see me about all this time? Is it about the 0-point reactor ignition again? I'm not interested in any ceremonies. If you want to treat me to drinks, though, just leave a few bottles in the office and I'll appreciate your gesture.
Is it related to 0-point energy? It is related to the 0-point energy ignition, but I actually am here to deliver a message from someone.
Oh, don't mention their names.
Fine, I won't. The Security Intelligence Bureau will arrange defense forces near the reactor to ensure the ignition procedure isn't disrupted. The chief, the new Security Bureau chief, will personally oversee this operation. The new Security Bureau chief hopes you can assist with the operation. You're not far from there, right?
Just for convenience sake?
Just for convenience sake. Dota stares directly at her superior, waiting for his answer.
Fine. Fine, I'll consider it.
Okay. Interesting. Alright, so after we do this episode, I'm gonna go use the restroom and get me another water. Because like I said, my voice acting is gonna have to be fucking on point tonight if we're gonna be doing this chapter. And it's already started. So. Rez, good morning, good evening, afternoon, wherever you may be. Hope you're having a good one so far. So is this the actual main story? No, this is not the main story. This is the floating record. It should be a main story, but it's not. It's a floating record. So floating records are basically like a story tailored to the character. So for Vera's the girl. So this girl, that girl, these are the same. This is the same person. So this person is this story is tailored around them. So that's basically what's happening. But I don't know if you were here yesterday. Well, you were here for last stream. What we did for Arcade Anima directly ties into this story. So it technically is one chapter, but not really. Well, yeah, this is a side story in a sense. So she can shapeshift. Why are they two different? She can't shapeshift. She's basically think about a uniform. Like, think about how you got, like, if you play sports, or if you know anything about sports, you got home outfits, you got away outfits. That's basically kind of what, at least to me, that's how they are. They're like she can switch out of that frame to get into a new frame. So like this is a frame that she currently has, and then she could change into that frame. I forgot how the process works, but they can do it. I think it's through their mind. She's an android. She can change. Yeah, I was gonna say she's an android technically. Yeah. All right, here we go. Episode 3, all in vain.
Yep, this is gonna be a Jitevi type beat.
That night, snowflakes began to drift down from the sky. Vera walks through the falling snow and enters the military hospital. She removes her hat, gently brushing away the snowflakes that had settled on its brim. But her mind is still human, not like AI, like Jitevi. True, I was gonna say, it's not like Jitevi, but this is gonna remind me of the data synchronization that it is gonna have to be. It reminds me that we gotta get to 100 in order for her to remember what the hell is going on. That's basically what it is. So. Jitevi is AI. Yeah. So that girl, I don't know if you were there for that one. The girl with the twin pigtails, black and white hair, that's her. That's Jitevi. She was an AI. She's not human, but she's an AI. And got a frame, basically. Okay, here we go. I'm running out of water. How is he doing tonight? He just finished dinner. His appetite remains unchanged, like always. He spends his days eating, sleeping, and staring at the window after waking up. He hasn't spoken of a word. Oh, still refusing to speak. His condition has completely stabilized. Technically speaking, we could consider discharging him. Are you going to continue watching over him? I haven't found a better place for him yet. Besides, it would be best to have a proper conversation with him before any transfer. Vera clutches her hat to her chest as she walks straight into the depths of the hospital, finally stopping at the window of the private room where she's been monitoring Hines. The middle-aged man in the room has recovered quite well, with only the horrific scars covering his body, a coating of melted flesh bearing witness to what happened to him. Are we in Russia? What the fuck is that language in those signs? Where? Oh, you talking about a uniform? No, I don't think we're in. We're in there. He sits on the bed, gazing into the far distance beyond the window, though there's nothing particularly worth mentioning out there. Those scars make me uncomfortable every time I see them. Could someone really do something this brutal to themselves? For revenge, or to make a statement? To willingly throw themselves into the fire and end up like this? Vera silently traces similar burn scars on her own forearm, then turns her gaze toward the doctor. The thick layer of snow on her shoulders hasn't fully melted yet, and her eyes harbor an icy glint of cold as the snow outside. Someday I need to achieve something important enough, and this was the price I had to pay. I could probably do it too. No, Vera, you cannot. Don't worry, Gwyneth. I won't end up like him. For him to end up like this, he must have made many selfish and self-righteous choices along the way. But I'm not that stupid. I definitely wouldn't sacrifice myself while also endangering the safety of others. Besides, I absolutely refuse to sympathize with the criminal suspect. As if he heard something, the man in the hospital room turns his head toward the door, locking eyes directly with Vera. He looks like he wants to say something. A flicker of excitement flashes through Vera's eyes, caught by the doctor. From what I understand, your mission is simply to stay here and monitor him, isn't it? I think it would be better if you didn't interact with him too much. Looking at Vera, the doctor once again visibly experiences her unfiltered sharpness. As rare as the burning snowflake, yet just like any to meet the calamitous end and melt away, breaking apart. The doctor suddenly feels anxious, worried that Vera might develop some sort of bond with the suspect. She reaches out, trying to stop her, but Vera immediately pulls the door handle open. Vera walks in right before the doctor's eyes, casually hanging her coat on the nearby rack. Vera, don't! Don't worry. I just want to learn more about his situation. Vera gently closes the door, not only keeping the doctor outside, but immediately locking it, trapping herself inside with the suspect. Wow, okay. Well, ain't that an old man?
You're back again.
The man's voice is hoarse, his vocal cords scorched by the fire. We see each other every day, but this is the first time you've initiated conversation with me. Has something special happened?
Nothing important. I just want an apple. This fruit platter has been sitting here for 2 days. I can't peel them, so I can't eat them.
Oh god, this is gonna take a fucking toll on my voice, but here we go. The man points to his fruit platter on the shelf. You're quite demanding. Wanting your fruit to be peeled and all. Vera sits by the hospital bed, drawing the military knife she always carries. She slowly peels the apple while humming a tune, just like an ordinary family member looking after a patient.
What song is that?
I made it up. Don't worry about it.
I've been wanting to talk with you. You're the one who saved me from that fire, but I never found the right moment to thank you. You know how it is with burns. They hurt like hell. For 2 months now, I've been just enduring it here day after day.
The man gestures towards Vera's injured arm. She has rolled up her sleeve to peel the apple, revealing scars that have never been properly treated.
I believe you're someone who understands.
Vera glances up at the man without responding. Her hands move deftly, quickly, removing the skin, cutting the apple into equal pieces, which she arranges on the fruit platter. Help yourself.
I knew it. I could tell you're different from those who casually slaughter like they're butchering animals, even though you work in the same slaughterhouse.
Just because I cut some fruit for you? Has no one ever done something like this for you before?
No. Those upright walking creatures out there are either stupid livestock waiting to slaughter, or butchers sharpening their knives. No one's willing to do small favors like that.
I didn't expect the golden age would look so wretched to you.
What about you? The fact that you understand me despite surrounded by calm seas. You must have had similar experiences, right?
Vera takes a piece of the apple from the platter and pops it into her mouth. She chews slowly, considering how to respond to his probing. She could easily refuse to delve deeper into her own story, but she wants to extract some more information. She needs to keep the ball rolling. As for me, it might disappoint you, but I'm quite young and my life experiences are rather ordinary. Not much different from the common golden age life you're familiar with. Born to ordinary parents, had an ordinary birth, received ordinary education. When I got a bit older, I chose to enroll where I am now, as you can see.
Was your family good to you?
Very good. They raised me, cared for my health, and provided plenty of guidance with my studies.
Isn't that a parent's duty?
That's what the duty means in broad terms. As for other details, when I was little, they would wake up early to prepare my breakfast, take me to school, and tell me bedtime stories at night.
Did anyone help you comb your hair?
Vera's response falters for a moment, just half a second. Yes, they even braided it.
Did they stay in touch with your teachers?
Yes, they check in about my progress every month. The man breaks into a wide grin.
Oh, you're making this up, aren't you? Did your family die when you were young? Then you struggled your way to the military academy because it was your best shot at putting food on the table, wasn't it?
Vera smiles as well. Oh, are you trying to take control of this conversation? Pretty confident for someone trapped in a hospital room with me.
Just look at your lies. They're painfully obvious. Just as the poor person can't imagine the limits of a rich life, your story is riddled with holes. You've never been loved.
Damn, he really hit her with that.
See, I was just about to say that. People cut from the same cloth can always spot each other in a crowd. I have a friend with a story pretty similar to yours. I could tell you about it, if you'd like to hear.
Without waiting for Vera's response, the man begins his tale, gesturing eminently as he speaks. This story is indeed far more authentic than Vera's, rich with details that fuel his non-stop monologue for half an hour. Nothing more than a familiar tale of childhood bullying, teenage disappointment, and resigned young adulthood. A life filled with perceived injustice and bitter resentment. Is that Dr. Zembos? I don't know who that is. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who that is.
And I just keep enduring all that unfair treatment, suffering the same injustices even as I got older.
I have a friend. Vera tosses another piece of apple into her mouth, knowing it would be brown if she didn't eat it soon. Plants vs. Zombie final boss. Oh.
I was ready to let go of all that prejudice and injustice I suffered, because I got into the best laboratory at the time working under Liston, that golden boy. But he was as cold and heartless as his research. He modified himself like that, still yet paraded around pretending to be respectful, always chasing public stunts for profit. I despised him, yet had no choice but to work under him. I thought I could tune out his background noise, but then he came directly to me, dismissed my achievements, questioned my methods, and completely disposed of all my experimental samples.
Vera stops chewing. Whew. Well, those are legally obtained corpses. Where did you get them where did you find them?
Oh, I scraped together what little money I had and struggled to find channels to purchase the samples. In the end, he slapped me with the serious accusations, confiscated all my samples, and lectured me about respect and life as a principle that must never be forgotten. To evolve aren't principles, the very limitations that should be broken through.
The man excitedly extends both hands toward Vera as if he is seeking her approval, but she sidesteps to avoid his touch.
Oh, I once felt fortunate to have found my true love in my work. I viewed those results, those samples, as my honor, never expecting that someone like Liston would take everything away from me time and time again. They shouldn't have done that. They've inevitably paid the price. So, I gave them what they deserved. Only Liston. Liston is all that remains.
The man's story matches almost perfectly with the information Hilda provided. Vera silently plays the role as a listener. In the 2 months she's been watching him, this is the first time the man has spoken so freely, unexpectedly eager to confess his motives and crimes the moment he opened his mouth. Sounds like a master splinter getting killed with a nail gun. That's an interesting analogy. Why? Why would you confess everything about yourself to me, Hines?
I understand your confusion. You're here to monitor me. If I confess my actions, what likely awaits me is arrest or even death. But compared to whatever might happen to me in the future, I care more about being understood right now. Understood by you. I crave this sense of approval.
All this just for my approval. I never expected my acknowledgement to be worth such valuable self-incrimination. Vera's fingertips tap lightly against her thigh as she suddenly notices a slight unease in her chest. The sensation only appears whenever her intuition tells her something is wrong. She discreetly wipes and retrieves the military knife she had placed on the food tray, instinctively scanning the hospital room, ordinary furniture, medical equipment, functioning normally, a locked door, and a window crack slightly open for ventilation. What's wrong here? The window. For the past 2 months, you've been constantly staring outside, barely speaking a word. What are you looking at? As she speaks, Vera rises and walks to the window, closing the gap where the cold air is flowing in. A couple of snowflakes drift onto her back, as on the back of her hand, their iciness heightening her vigilance. She gazes out into the darkness outside, finding nothing particularly noteworthy except for the shining indicator lights lining both sides of the road at night.
It's not any specific direction I'm looking at. I'm watching out for a certain future.
A certain future?
The so-called technological turning point of human civilization, fate, 0-point energy, or the Eden Project. Oh, you must have heard of it, the name of that grand scheme even children can recite. What do you think will happen in this world after 0-point energy is ignited? What kind of future will human civilization move toward?
Is there another stream later tonight? I can really watch for. I can't really watch for long. I still gotta do shit. I'm going to about 10. So, I mean, that's basically what I'm going toward till tonight, till 10. Just because I gotta get up early for work tomorrow. But Saturday I'll be live streaming again. But oh, that reminds me. I believe the live stream for PGR's new or next patch is this weekend, I think. If I'm not mistaken. I believe it's this weekend. I'm gonna look real quick. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, it's live it's live this Saturday at like 6 a.m. So we will be watching that. That is gonna be the watch party. We're gonna be watching that, and then we'll continue on with the regular scheduled program. So I mean that's what I got planned for Saturday. So I mean, but I don't got another stream going on tonight. It's just this one. So, all right, here we go.
You can't see it with the eyes like yours. I guess I can even perceive yourself. Let me tell you what I see.
The man struggles to get out of the hospital bed. His physical condition is nowhere near ready for walking, yet he insists on performing this ungainly act. He moves toward the window, drawing closer to Vera.
Your eyes are filled with ambition. Exactly like mine once were, that's why I understand you. But you don't understand yet that humanity will ultimately perish on the road of fulfilling its ambitions. This is the future I've seen. Just as every industrial revolution brought unbearable cost, 0-point energy will inevitably act the new cost on humanity. If they don't evolve alongside the new revelation in ordinary humans, those swine will simply stand helplessly, waiting for disaster to descend upon them like a sheep to a slaughter.
Vera's fingertips touch the window as her vision blurs momentarily. She seems to catch a fleeting flash of red light outside. I got a question before I dip. Who is Evan and why is... Who? I don't know who you're talking about. I can't answer that one. I don't know who that is.
So, hold on to that ambition of yours with that just a touch of evolution. You can easily wade across that river. Like replacing this flash of flesh, removing the inferior genes with it, and substituting them with...
Replace them with your experimental specimens, those monstrosities that are neither human nor beast. Should I follow your example and throw myself into the flames? Goodbye, Master Splinter. Take care of yourself. Have a good night. We will see you around. Rez, take care. Like I said, thank you for being here. We'll see you around. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue on with this story. A sense of urgency spikes in Vera's chest, perhaps triggered by the strange red light she glimpsed outside the window moments ago. Tell me, why doesn't your DNA match Heinz, Dossire? What did you do?
This is merely a small step in the evolutionary filtering. You could do it too if you wanted.
Our conversation ends here. The roundabout conversation finally ends as Vera walks to the door. All signs convince her to report this immediately. Even without tangible evidence, she can confirm that the disaster in that building originated with this man. Her instincts tell her that this guy needs a higher grade of containment. She reaches for the hospital room door, preparing to leave.
Are you sure you want to open that door?
The communicator at her waist suddenly buzzes with the highest priority assembly message from the Academy, triggering alongside the hospital's alarm. Looking at the brief message on her communicator, Vera can't make out needed details. The situation is unknown, yet extremely urgent. Even students like them who hadn't yet graduated must prepare to deploy at the front lines. Wait, something's wrong. Heinz, sit back down immediately, or I'll enforce restrictive measures against you. Strange hissing screams echo from the hallway as Vera quickly ducks to the side of the door, watching this man scuffle obediently back to this hospital bed. Is this your doing?
Oh, of course not. Look at the state I'm in. How could I possibly cause such a widespread chaos? Perhaps this has validated what I said earlier. Humanity will ultimately perish on the road to fulfilling its ambitions.
A nugget of realization explodes in Vera's mind, like the instant of zero-point energy ignition in some distant, unknown place. A scream of agony echoes through the hallway outside. Ah! Gwyneth? Vera stops hesitating, drawing her blade and reaching for the door handle. If battle approaches, she must go there, to the front line. But a heavy thud sounds from beyond the door. Someone has collapsed at the entrance, despite pressing against it to prevent Vera from leaving. Don't come out! Vera, don't come out! What the hell is happening out there? This place is supposed to be near a high-security military base. What kind of attack is this? I need information. Maybe it's the machines. The machines have all gone mad. Ah! It hurts so much. It's over for me. You hurt? Let go right now. Let me out. Hurry and escape through the window. Stay away from the crowded areas. I suspect it's some kind of virus. I can't figure anything else. Listen to me one more time, Vera. Promise me. Don't ever break yourself for anything. You're too... Vera presses against the window, staring in horror at the scene outside. She witnesses something unimaginable. Exactly as the doctor described, the crazed machines glowing red slicing through the doctor's body. Doctor? Doctor? Gwyneth!
Look at you, you can't save her.
Open it! Open it now! The doctor's corpse is no longer blocks the door, but it's just as Vera is about to burst through the crazed machines from outside, slamming against it from the other side. The hospital room doors shudder violently, on the verge of giving way. Vera steps back, her eyes flickering with disbelief. The window? Yes, who escaped through the window? You lunatic! Follow me if you don't want to die! Vera grabs a man by his collar and drags him toward the window, smashing the glass with her elbow. As the snow and wind rush in, the glowing red machine simultaneously smash through the hospital room door. Move it! Vera forcefully lifts the man by his collar, trying to hoist him onto the windowsill, but meets unexpected resistance. At a time like this, where do you think you could run to?
Oh, I'm not running. Turn around and look. Just for a moment.
Vera places one foot in the windowsill and slowly turns her head to look at the scene inside the room. Woo! Yo! Oh my goodness, bruh. Vera sees that the man has somehow produced a knife, pointing it at his own throat. It's not a military grade, but what appears to be the fruit knife he had hidden away earlier. Behind the man stands a horde of frenzied mechanoids, later known as the Corrupted. They huddle together, stained with the blood of doctors, eagerly lunging towards the few humans before them. Vera's eyes widen as she takes in the twisted scene before her. The man, satisfied with the emotion in Vera's eyes, reveals an equally twisted smile as his throat squeezes out one final laugh. A laugh of profound glee and satisfaction.
Oh, you see, this is what human ambitions always leads to in the end. Your sharpness, too, will inevitably be dulled until you reach the tragic end that awaits you.
Stop! Those few seconds stretch into infinity. The blade pierces his burn-scarred neck, a flower of blood blooming from his wound. Hot blood sprays out, scattering across Vera's cheek, quickly chilled by the rushing snow and wind. Drip, drop. Drip, drop. 2160, the curtain of the apocalypse is violently torn apart, its fragments scattering across the ground before Vera. Spraying blood, snow, and wind rushing through the shattered windows, hordes of corrupted, and the corpse of a man who died in satisfaction by his own hand. We get to hear her talk? No, it shouldn't be like this. Interesting. Something passionate cools with the snow of wind and snow. Perhaps it's the 17-year-old Vera, or the ambition unique to a young girl, or perhaps the glory of the entire era. Huh. Holy shit, this is a long episode. A few scattered seagulls fly low overhead, looking down upon the humans scrambling to prepare below. This is the last shipment. Once everything's moved out, we'll never return to this port again. I heard Punishers are spreading this way. This place will probably fall too. What kind of thing is this in the entire world? Can't stop it from destroying everything. This world is garbage anyway. If it's gonna end, let it end. Whatever happens, happens. The port manager tallies the final assets, roughly striking through the items on screen. I guess we might even be considered lucky. At least someone's willing to pay good money for useless cargo at a time like this. These abandoned embryos. The other samples like that? Who the hell knows what this new big boss wants for these for? Whatever. No matter what, we still need to deliver the goods safely to the designated location as requested. Who's the big boss you're talking about? I heard it's Kurano. That's not surprising. They definitely have money to burn. Let's drop it. Looks like we can set sail on time. Are you coming aboard? I'm not leaving. My wife and kids are here. If that damn Punisher really is going to swallow this city, I'd rather stay and die with my family. All right, the higher-ups told me someone's supposed to come aboard this morning. Make sure to verify his identity when he arrives. We can't have another arson incident like what happened at headquarters. What's his name? Let me see. Someone named Hines? Yes, Hines. Has he arrived yet? That guy, he's right behind you. Been sitting on those stone steps for ages. The port manager turns around in surprise, coming face to face with the middle-aged man. Seabirds circle overhead as the middle-aged man gives the port manager a brief nod before returning his gaze to the departing vessel. When he first arrived this morning, he was sobbing uncontrollably over the cargo. Those samples, he kept saying he never abandoned his children, something about his beloved. I think he might be mentally unstable. Are you sure the Hyruts want him on that ship? The port manager's gaze shifts downward to the middle-aged man's ankle, where a tattoo-like code is visible. The numbers were there, indeed matched the information he received. It's definitely him. I suppose scientists are all strange in their own way. Besides, what if he's crazy? This world's already insane enough. One more madman, it won't make any difference. Hey, you! Hines? The middle-aged man turns his head again. Get on board! Keep an eye on your precious children!
Not just my children, but my own continued existence is in there too. I'll watch over them carefully.
Whatever you say. Hurry up and board. We're leaving. So he lived? Question mark? I guess he lived? I'm not sure. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go use the restroom, get another water, and then we get started again on this chapter. So make sure you all get some water in you. Get some snacks, and stay hydrated. Be back soon. All right. I am back. All right. Let me turn that buzz music. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, episode 4. Let's get right to it. Reincarnation. I wonder how long it's going to be until we actually get back to the present moment. That's what I'm most curious about. Probably still going to be... Oh! Okay, we're at 42. Woo! We're close. We're close, we're close, we're close. We are close. It's been a long time since the punishing outbreak. So long that even Vera has begun to forget those days. Ooh, I like the violin. Yet the scene before her eyes is strikingly similar to back then. Make way! Make way! Let the gunnery through first! How many wounded are still in the corridor? Too many to count. It's the operating room available yet? A couple of them can't wait any longer. After the abnormal outbreak, people have been repurposed to this abandoned hospital as a makeshift field hospital. The one on the operating table is beyond help. If there's no way, just take them off. Ooh! Yo! And she still got them eyes, brother. Oh my goodness, you look good. Woo! God damn, you look good. Why are they beyond help? The corrupted tore a huge hole through their patient's body. It's already a miracle they've lasted this long. What's your relationship to this patient? Are you people from Babylonia? The doctor quickly sizes up the unusually distinctive construct. Vera carries a box with a coat draped over her arm. The coat's side bears a large bloodstained hole, telling the entire story of the patient's condition in the operating room. Let me explain this one last time. The patient has a head trauma, and the abnormal wound cannot be repaired. We can't stop the bleeding. This is just a temporary medical station. We don't have enough wound repair materials to handle this kind of situation right now. Your earlier suggestion won't work either. We don't have modification capabilities here. Unless we contact Babylonia for rescue right now, and ideally evacuate all patients from this temporary medical station, there's nothing more we can do. This is it'll get interesting soon. It better. I hope it does. I have some emergency repair materials here that should temporarily patch large wounds. It'll keep him alive until support arrives. The music here is really good. She lifts the box with both hands, holding it out to the doctor. After one glance at the markings on it, the doctor furrows her brow. I can't use this without authorization. Don't overthink it. I'll take full responsibility. Now use it and treat their wounds. Sure. The doctor's gaze lingers on the red-haired construct for a moment, but they choose not to question where these life-saving materials came from. They simply take the box and hurry back to the operating room. Before the door closes, Vera's gaze falls once more upon your body lying in the operation room. A face twisted in agony, trapped in the grips of nightmares. Oh shit! It's us? Hold on, we got hit? We got taken out? Damn! Hold on. So we have head trauma, and our abdominal wound is fucked. Damn, we got. What did we do? I'm assuming we saved I'm assuming we saved Vera. Has to be the case. That's crazy. Oblivious to the world beyond the darkness you're in, your stamina drains away as you remain trapped in a dream of the past. Even the vital sign monitors keep triggering alarms. That hurt. Before being wounded by the corrupted, what exactly happened to them? Back then, why did they get separated from the FOS squad? At that moment, the communication device at her waist seems to transmit a condescending taunt. Well, Poppin' P. He's actually 30 seconds late. My display clearly shows you've reached the target location, so where's your report? Don't tell me you're actually scared on your first trip on the surface. Vanessa. The communication device crackles with static, seemingly affected by some signal interference. After being smacked firmly a couple of times, it returns to normal, and the figure on the other end comes into view. It's me. What's wrong? Not happy to see me? Nothing. Just feels like something's not right here. But there's nothing wrong on my end. Alright, hold on, I gotta lock in on my voice acting here. Vanessa takes a deep breath. I don't need this kind of vague response. If you're really not clear-headed, then get the hell out of my squad now. Just because we're unlucky enough to be teammates today, I rolled the dice to become the red team commandant, doesn't mean I'll bite my tongue and earn my credits by putting you up with your worthless mouth. Besides, this is just a combat exercise location. The surrounding areas are all established conservation areas and have been stable for years. If anything were to actually happen here, you might as well do nothing and just pray where you stand. Both her emotional venting and necessary instructions conclude at precisely the right moment. Vanilla takes another breath before issuing commands to all red team members. Alright everyone, spread on and continue the operation. I heard the blue team has left plenty of traps for us. Stay alert. Roger that. We're currently in the ruins of some Copperfield Group high-rise. There's burnt ash everywhere. Pop and P, report your progress. Zone E, 2nd to 6th Street, 81% clear. 7 traps neutralized. Steady force, advance. After hearing your report, the team communication channel, previously dead silent under Vanessa's command, finally fills with scattered faint cheers as if they were relieved to have such a capable teammate. We haven't even found where the blue team hid their flag, and you're already celebrating this minor success? Looks like you're all perfectly suited for the bottom ranks. Oh, is this like when we're in FOS class still, or like in the college still? You think everything will be smooth sailing just because Pop and P and I are on the team? The combat exercise isn't just about team performance. The instructors monitor each of your individual performance before you slack off. And Pop and P, you too, don't think you can act superior for anyone's. Vanessa, your signals is breaking up. After adjusting the terminal, the voice on all channels remained unclear and distorted. Is my terminal malfunctioning? As soon as sound seems to come from the distance, you remove your tactical headphones and look up. A corrupted is squeezing through the gap of the fence, struggling to extend its hand in this direction. Why are the corrupted here? Raising the service pistol, even as your brain still tries to process that this is just a ground base used for combat exercise, your muscle memory proves more reliable, instantly following a bullet that pierces the corrupted's core. In the next moment, more red lights flicker through the gaps in the fence. 1, 2, 3. No, something's wrong. This is definitely not part of the exercise. You maintain a standard shooting stance, locking eyes with the gaze peering through the gaps. Your heart pounds uncontrollably. This is your first time on the ground for practical training, but more importantly, your first encounter with real corrupted. But neither the images from textbooks nor the virtual reality simulations bring back in Babylonia can compare to this face-to-face, welcoming party with a group of corrupted. I was gonna say, you can learn textbooks and do shit all you can, but when you go down to that real world and you go down to actually get experience, it is completely night and day difference, ladies and gentlemen. When I was an EMT, that's how it was. Like, we got to learn all these textbooks, but the moment I got into that ambulance, nah, their textbooks went out the window. Calling in. Problem here, corrupted. Must evacuate. The terminal in the hand continues to crackle with static, clearly indicating that more people have been affected by this sudden attack. Unable to face the growing number of corrupted, you quickly decide to retreat, rushing toward the nearest conservation area. But soon, the wave of people flowing in the opposite direction reveals the harsh truth. Even the conservation area has fallen. What happened? You shout questions at the scattered, panicking crowd, but no one can provide a clear answer, only frantic responses. Massive slaughter corrupted appeared, and an instant critical organized evacuation! Run! The corrupted are already catching up! The dust-covered crowd jostles at you as they flee for their lives, choking clouds of smoke and dust filling the air. But through the mass of fleeting silhouettes and dust clouds, a fiery red figure stands motionlessly not far away. The relentless pursuing corrupted are closing in, yet that figure seems frozen in fear, showing no intention of running at all. Hey! Retreat now! You instinctively spring into action, rushing toward the figure. Shit! Watch out! As you lunge toward the red figure, a corrupted tears through their As you lunge toward the red figure, a corrupted tears through their abdomen. The pain strikes so suddenly that you can't even scream. Whoa. Pain invades your vision like dense black fog, clouding their sight. The screams of refugees around them fading to insignificance. Trembling, you try to cover the wound on your side, but your hand only passes through slick, warm blood. You're insane! You idiot! In the darkness, only that angry shout pierces through your mind. After that, everything fades to nothing. Oh, shit. This is convincing me to get a short from out here. I still gotta let it play out, but there's a good chance. On the first day after surgery, you regain consciousness, your head wrapped in bandages. Perhaps due to your regular physical training, your initial wakening state is better than the doctors predicted. You're already able to keep your eyes open and scan your surroundings, gathering information and getting a rough grasp of the situation in hand. Hey, that's what. Hey, we work. We go to the gym. We do our training I go to the gym and I go to training to protect my family. All right, I ain't doing it to look good. I ain't doing it to get big. All right, getting big and looking good are a byproduct of that. The real reason I work out is to make sure I protect my family and to make sure they good and to help them out with whatever the hell they need. If that means lifting something up that's heavy, I gotta do it. If I gotta help bring groceries in, I'm doing it in one load. I work out to make sure that the family's good. Everything else is a byproduct of that. So physical training, hey, us waking up, that's some normal shit. That's some normal stuff. Complex medical equipment surrounds you, the tubes connected all over your body. More intriguing, however, is the unexpected sight of a red-haired female construct peeling an apple beside the hospital bed. Okay, so this does clarify a lot of things for me. One, Vera is fucking respectively old, but hey, I like older women. That's all right. You're awake. Take a guess at where you're at. Heaven or hell? Take your pick. Hospital. The dryness in your mouth is irritating. You instinctively move your cracked lips, trying to form words. Don't bother talking. It's pointless. I haven't even removed the tubes yet. I'm sorry to say this, but this isn't hell. You're unfortunately still alive. Just call me your great savior. This is a temporary medical station on the ground. I'm a construct from Babylonia who happened to pick you up during the chaos. Remember now? Perhaps noticing your confused and faintly disapproving look, the female construct smiles and changes her tone, introducing herself properly. I'll stop messing with you. My codename is Hound. You can call me that. Okay, so this frame was like way before while we were still in the college. This is crazy. Want some fruit? We only have apples here. Hound offers the fruit, but then brings the apple to her own lips, taking an exaggerated bite that crunches into the crypt's flesh.
I don't want any. Shit.
You return to the embrace of darkness, falling into a deep sleep. How boring. We'll talk about the other things after you've recovered for a few days and move to a regular ward. Don't make me waste the test subject I've handed over. Wait a minute, what? I'd hate for you to lose your life on top of me failing this mission. What do you mean by that? On the second day after surgery, you regain consciousness in the intensive care unit. An unfamiliar construct stands by the bedside, peeling an apple. Your body clock's pretty consistent. You woke up around this time yesterday, too. Yesterday? But yesterday was definitely still in the FOS. You feel a familiar dryness in their mouth, as if you've been in this state for a long time. Huh? You don't remember me? Do you even remember how you got here?
I don't remember.
Fantastic. Should I congratulate you on the unfortunate awakening once again, or to discover your head's been damaged?
I need to go back to FOS, but where's the instructor? The others.
Fuck! I clicked the wrong one! Oh, you won't be going back to the organization anytime soon. If you can understand basic instructions, just listen to me. I'm the Babylonian construct specifically assigned to you. I can't believe I have to repeat this same nonsense again. The doctor says you have an intracranial heteromotor. It's not serious and it can heal on its own, so they didn't perform surgery, but it might be temporarily compressing some nerves. In simpler terms, your brain's going to be malfunctioning for a while. From the looks of it, you've lost your memory. What a cliche turn of events.
Amnesia. What all have I forgotten?
I don't know how far back your memories are intact. Let's run a test now, especially since you're in better shape today than yesterday. The female consort takes a bite of the apple. What's your name? Where are you from? What's the last thing you remember? Think carefully about each one.
Whoa. Okay. Now this is interesting. So this isn't us? This can't be then.
We're probably in a deep mine then. So if I'm going to assume that this is not us, we're probably in a deep mine connection right now with something, somewhere, somehow. And this is not us. I'm going to say we'll keep... as much as I would like to put my name, we're probably not us. So we're going to have to do a different voice. John, there's no need to be suspicious of me, and even less need to mess with me just because you're feeling a bit better. Unless you want me to send you back to the operating room. Never mind. Hey, I spoke wrongly. I take that back. Disregard what I just said. That is us, indeed us. It is us. I guess we were just doing it to like make sure that they didn't know a real name like that. So,
fine. My name is Poppin' P. I'm a student at the West Military College. On the verge of graduating. My last memory is... I think I was participating in some kind of ground combat simulation. Who were my teammates? I should be able to remember.
Neurons search for pathways through your skull, but the moment they touch your memories, intense pain erupts.
It hurts.
Your memories are like a hazy cloud of mist right before your eyes, yet impossible to grasp no matter how hard you try. Pain envelops your every attempt to reach for that mist. Within mere seconds, cold sweat breaks across your forehead.
I can't remember. How could I not remember?
Seems like you only remember things from before landing. Alright, that's enough. Forcing yourself won't do anything. Do I still need to update you on the situation? It doesn't seem very worthwhile, though. According to the doctor, this memory loss we're expecting will likely reoccur. I could tell you everything now, but tomorrow you might just reboot again.
Tell me about it.
You raise your arm with the needle in it, pointing to your belongings in the corner that still bear the unified FOS insignia.
My terminal should be in the bag. Outermost compartment. Please bring it to me. Thank you.
The red-haired consort curiously rummages through your backpack and quickly finds the terminal with the spider web of cracks across the screen. She hands the battle-damaged device over. Surprisingly, it still turns on. The quality of your terminals isn't half bad.
If my memory keeps rebooting, then I'll record the important information. What's your name? Why are you following me? And why are you helping me?
Watching you struggle to hold up the terminal while shaking hands, while asking questions with such serious expression, the female consort suddenly bursts into laughter, waving the fruit knife in her hand up and down as pearls of laughter escape her throat. Are you FOS folks so funny? Why so serious? Think you can earn extra credit or something? She laughs so hard that tears form in her eyes, completely forgetting the slightly yellowed, oxidized apple in her hand. Okay, I'll tell you. I've changed my mind. My real name is Vera. You can call me that in private.
Vera.
Don't record that in your terminal. You can record my codename in your terminal, Hound. Call me that when other people are around. I'm a construct from Babylonia, though I usually work on the ground. Recently, the higher-ups ordered FOS little masters and mistresses to come down for field training, so I got assigned to babysit them.
We're not masters and mistresses, nor are we children.
I'll think whatever you want. Fragile flowers raised in the greenhouse of Babylonians are terrible at self-assessment. If you want me to drop this pre-juice, then why not show some real substance and prove yourself?
Is that a challenge? Sounds nice.
Oh, claiming up like that. This one's a complete fool.
Is there any other information about you?
Oh, that's all I'll tell you for now. The rest depends on your condition tomorrow. That's all for now. You should get some rest. Vera takes a bite of her apple, then rests her other hand on her forehead, gently stroking it as if soothing a small animal. What the?
Well, but you. Is a construct's hair really all synthetic fiber?
You part your lips slightly as if wanting to say something, but for some reason you swallowed your words. Oh, that's right. Just like that. No matter how many questions my little hatchling has, put them aside for now. Return to your dreams. That's the best place for someone who's injured. Get well soon. Your eyelids grow heavy. Perhaps it's the medicine, or perhaps it's the miraculous way the human body repairs itself. Either way, drowsiness takes over you once again. If you recover well, you'll be moved to the regular ward tomorrow. What a pain, having to play nice with those Babylonian people. I should have just taken the test materials back to headquarters. Whatever. My mind must have short-circuited to decide to use that thing to save your life.
Shit.
Vera's voice gradually fades, sinking into the dark waters of unconsciousness. I was so hyped when I got her new frame. I was like jumping across the room and yelling, "Let's go." Hell yeah. Hey, that's a good feeling right there. That's a good feeling. Getting a character like that. It's a good feeling. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. That's how I was when I pulled Martazensky and Umamusume on a one pull. I have a screenshot still. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, woo! I'm like, hell yeah! I still use her. Still got to use her. So, all right, here we go. The third day after surgery, or at least that's what you learn from the notes on your terminal, it's already been 3 days since the operation. You glance around once more and conclude you've been successfully transferred to a regular ward. This is tremendously good news. It means neither trauma, punishing, nor any potential infections were able to claim your life. When Vera walks into the hospital room carrying a bag of apples, this is the scene that greets her. The unfortunate soul from FOS apparently couldn't contact anyone. They're holding up their terminal, using its spiderweb screen as a mirror while gently tugging at the bandages and gauzing on their face. Seeing the construct enter, you freeze, then set down your terminal.
Who are you?
Great. Looks like they've rebooted again.
You are... Vera.
Vera pauses abruptly, as if hearing a distant call. Okay, I figured I was gonna say I know we're in a history type past right now, but this is interesting. Are you gonna do a video of reacting to all the oaths for PGR? I mean, I could, but that would be a really long video. I would have to chop it up into like sections, I guess, like maybe 2 full videos. I don't know how long it would be. Maybe. I think that would be interesting. I think that would be cool. I mean, maybe I'll have to see. If I feel up to it. If I feel up to it to doing it. So, all right, here we go. The brief moment of discomfort quickly subsides into the depths of her mind. She brushes it off. Not bad. You've got all the recorded in your terminal. Let me see.
Not right now.
Is that another school regulation? I'm your assigned construct, but I can't look at your terminal. Let me say it again. The higher-ups want to further develop Commandant Construct collaborative tactics. That's why they assigned Construct to assist you reserve Commandants for this graduation assessment. That's how I got transferred here, which means I have the right to access. Oh, okay, hold on now. This is some good lore here. Develop Commandant Construct collaborative tactics. That's why they assign Construct to assist you reserve Commandants for the graduation assessment. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I could tell from your face. You think I have no right to access it? Is this how Babylonia usually treats constructs?
Sorry. According to Section 19 of the Field Combat Exercise Manual,
What if I wait until you're asleep and force my way into it?
it doesn't use a password. Force hacking it won't work.
Well, isn't that just perfect? The Commandant's absolute authority, isn't it? Vera pulls up a chair beside the bed and sits down. In her hands, an apple appears, waiting to be peeled. Okay, now I ain't gonna lie. The fact that we got Vera as the one being assisting us, I ain't too mad about it. But I also know that this is from when we were younger, so my voice is not gonna be that deep. So I gotta keep it up a little bit higher. But I ain't mad that she was assigned Commandant for this graduation. I can't be bothered with this nonsense anymore. Whatever. I promised you yesterday that I explained more about the current situation.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I like that. Go ahead. Like, we still have the deep voice, but we're not as deep as
What we are now.
it's more of like this. So, go ahead. Let's start with how you got this wound. Vera gazes briefly and lingers on your side. At that time, you were both in the middle of a combat assessment about to rendezvous with the main force. But an unexpected incident burst out of nowhere. Abnormally active Corruptor not only broke through the base defenses specifically designed for combat training, but even the 2 nearby conservation areas couldn't escape unscathed. We got separated from the FOS team. You were severely injured while helping evacuate the conservation area, so I had no choice but to keep you in the danger zone temporarily to save your life first. I had no choice but to use the test materials.
Test materials?
Yes, it's a new type of repair material we were supposed to collect for our combat mission. It's still in the testing phase. The expected effect is that it can better contain the punishing virus while maintaining good compatibility within the human body. Whoa, hold on. The expected effect is that it can better contain the punishing virus while maintaining good compatibility with the human body. So that's why we're a badass. We just got some fucking test shit into us. It might become a better material for your protective suits and surgical repairs in the future. I'm deliberately explaining this in simple terms. From this, you can imagine just how valuable it actually is.
Such valuable material. Would these assets really be used so casually in combat situations?
Yes, they're very valuable. Originally, we only needed to deliver the material to the next base to complete the assessment mission, but now, as you can see, Vera lifts up the clothing around the Commandant's waist, exposing the bandage wound to the air. This is the gash where the corrupted pierced through you. I used the oh-so-precious test material to fill your wound. Don't blame yourself for panic. Once your condition is stable, we'll turn you in along with the material. When we get back to Babylonia's territory, professionals will remove it for you, and your abdominal wound will receive better treatment.
Have you reported this matter to your superiors over the past few days?
Vera shakes her head. Didn't you just try to contact the outside world yourself? I saw you when I walked in. Were you able to reach anyone?
You're right. I couldn't reach anyone.
That's right. All communication signals in this area have been affected. You can't get through, and neither can I. But there's some good news. I've gathered some important intel, and there are coordinates to a temporary Babylonian connection point. We just need to get there. As she speaks, Vera points to another marked location.
I don't recall Babylonia ever setting up a connection point there.
Temporary. That's what I said. There's been an unusual amount of corrupted activity in this area, so all arrangements have been changed. I'm lying. It's actually a current stronghold. You need to come back with me and hand over those materials, or I won't be able to complete my mission. So, after 3 days, do you understand the current situation now?
I've noted everything down. I think so. Thank you, Vera.
Now, we just need your body to recover quickly. Once you're mobile, we'll immediately leave this temporary medical station. The corrupted are moving strangely this time. I suspect it might spread further. If it reaches here... Vera doesn't finish her sentence, but it's clear that this time is a luxury for both of them.
Roger that.
Good. We've covered everything important. Would you like some apples? Vera cuts a small piece of apple and hands it over. You haven't eaten anything these past 2 days, but whenever I had an apple, you kept eyeing it hungrily, and I doubt you bother recording something like that. You still can't eat today, but we can do it like this. She gently squeezes the fruit and drops a pearlescent juice falls onto your cracked lips, a drop of blessed rain on parched earth. I guess that works. That's one way to do it. Watching you lick your lips, she smiles in response. Look at you with your face all wrapped in bandages. Papa P, how about I give you a code name too? Little Mummy or Big Mummy? Take your pick.
Are you kidding me? Both. Both are good.
You like them? Too bad. I won't use them. What the fuck? I'll just call you Little Commandant and be done with it. Man, why we gotta be Little Commandant? What the fuck? The Little Commandant diligently notes down every conversation with Vera. And so, 3 more days pass with memory resets each morning until today. You've recovered quickly. Today, you're already able to get out of bed while holding on to the handrail, improving at a pace that surprises even Vera. More importantly, today your memory doesn't reset to before your arrival on the surface. You actually remember me today.
Yeah. I even remember you staying by my side last night. I woke up in the middle of the night and saw you were resting in the chair. It seemed like you were having a nightmare? Can it really be called that? A nightmare?
I do like the younger voice of us. I do like the younger voice of us. It's like we're right there, but
we're right there, but we're not right there to where we are now. So we are here in the current timeline,
but we're up here when it comes to talking to her. So I do like that. Hello, Woof Woof Vera. Oh gosh, Nam, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. Welcome back. You're just in time. We're doing Vera's floating record now, and we seem to be in the past. And so this is very interesting on how this is unfolding, and we get to see the younger of us, which is nice to see. Very interesting. So I'm having a lot of time for this chapter. I'm having a good time for this chapter. It's a lot of fun. Okay, here we go. You look at Vera. She can almost see her own furrowed brow from last night reflected in your eyes. Yes, constructs have nightmares too.
In that regard, maybe we're not so different after all.
There was never much difference to begin with. We're all just living the same life. The fact that you'd even ask such a question shows you haven't spent enough time around constructs.
School is nothing like the battlefield. I'll learn more through our time together going forward.
Enough of that. Here, if you beg me for it, maybe I'll let you have some fruit. Vera peels another apple and offers you a small piece. It seems you can finally eat a little something now. Your memory retention has improved. Seems the intracranial hematoda is getting better. That's good.
Thank you for taking care of me, Vera.
You absolutely should thank me. But rather than that, why don't you try to recall what happened before you were in good condition? A hint of scrutiny creeps into Vera's gaze.
My memory hasn't reset today, but I still only remember what happened before the landing. I don't remember anything about the corrupted activity or getting separated from the organization that you...
That's fine then. Same as before. Vera seems to let out a slight sigh of relief. Why don't you tell me about yourself instead? I don't really know much about you, little commandant.
About me? Well, I mean, like what?
Just talk about your life in FOS, what kind of mentors and friends you had, things like that.
That's quite a long story.
Even though your memory hasn't retained much, this past week of your interactions has been meticulously recorded on your terminal. Will Poppin take Vera as his waifu at the end of the journey? I wonder. I don't know. Hey, y'all gonna have to wait. Okay, oh shit! You got me hyped now. Oh, I can't. Ooh shit! Hey, I ain't gonna say nothing right now. All right, I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing on how I want that to go. Y'all, if y'all saw the short film, y'all know. If y'all saw the short film, the recent short film, y'all know the story that's being built right now because of that. And y'all know the short films are all building to something. Woo shit! I can't wait. But I gotta be patient. I can't spoil nothing. I ain't gonna spoil nothing. Oh shit! Nah, no need to take her as wife. Would just bark for her. I will not be barking for her. Waifu potential? Maybe. We're gonna have to see until after this story and when we do her affectionate story. Until now, though, she's up in the air. All right, here we go. Holding this terminal is like holding all the care and attentive treatment you've received from constructs these past few days. After some thought, you select a specific point to begin talking. Well, let's start when I entered for West College. The sun gradually climbs higher outside the hospital room window, their shadows shifting with it. You have not only lost your memories since arriving on the surface, but even your past memories are fragmented and intermittent. Nevertheless, after several exchanges, Vera has pretty much figured out what life and studies you were like at the FOS, even learning about that silver-haired girl who consistently placed second in the rankings. That's about everything. You people are so lucky. While the surface is interminable, Babylonia at least provides you with a peaceful place to grow up in. Babylonia, calling you greenhouse flowers wouldn't be an exaggeration. I'll prove I'm more than that. So, should I just play along and say I'm looking forward to that day? Don't take other people's opinions too seriously. This world can eliminate prejudice, unless punishing wipes out all of humanity. Well, what about you, Vera? Me? Why did you become a construct? What was your past like? Vera suddenly freezes mid-bite. For a moment, she seems transported back in time to a different time before she became a construct, even before she graduated from the military academy. She can almost see that arrogant, neurotic old man sitting in the hospital bed, responding to her life story with a sneer. You're making that up. The person she was back then isn't so different from the Commandant now. They share the same sharpness and passion, but hers was buried beneath the coldness that the punishing brought after 2160. She blinks, and the old ugly face figure flashes away. Sitting across from her now is only a new generation. Humans still studying at the military academy, looking at her with eyes full of curiosity. Oh god, the chances of a short film are getting increasingly, but like I said, I gotta let the story play out. This is a long story, so I gotta make sure. I gotta be 100% sure to make sure I'm gonna do a short film here. So, right now, that's still up in the air as well. She finds herself at a loss for words, finding it difficult to even fabricate a response. Vera's lips curl into her trademark smirk. So that's it. That's why I'm interested in you. What? Oh, it's nothing. You wanted to hear it, so I'll tell you. Consider it an exchange of intelligence, since you've already told me quite a bit about yourself. Okay, we're gonna do episode 5, and that's probably gonna take us to the rest of the stream. Alright, here we go. Episode 5, Leaving for the New World. Vera slowly begins peeling her second apple of the day. She's grown accustomed to it, using it as a trigger to draw out her memories. Just like that night before the punishing outbreak, she once again fabricating a story from her past to achieve some purpose. The apple peel is suspended under her knife, hanging by a thread. After briefly considering her outline, she begins her tale. I never even had parents. I lost both of them when I was very young. Oh. I'm sorry. What are you apologizing for? I don't want to hear it. Not exactly a happy beginning, right? Well, just like the opening chapter of a hero's epic. Are you trying to comfort me? Vera lets out another laugh. Suit yourself. I couldn't care less of what you kind of novel I'm living in. Anyway, I was passed around between distant relatives since I was little. When one family didn't want me, I'd go to the next. Then I'd bring them bad luck and get sent away again. Apparently, my parents left quite a fortune, so even though they didn't like me, my relatives would stick around for a while because of the hefty inheritance. I've seen plenty of shameless people fighting over money. Fortunately, I was thus touched by the lingering light of the Golden Age. Once I was a bit older, I found my way to get away from those people. Then, where did you go? Back then, no one could have predicted the approaching punishing disaster. All people saw before them was an era of unprecedented peace. In those days, most people were planning for a more stable life, myself included. My grades, my physical aptitude were pretty good, so I chose to enter a formal officer academy, quite different from the mercenary systems of that time. Long story short, I had a stable career path. That was the best choice you had at the time, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. I could get away from those annoying relatives, move into the government-provided dormitories, and if my performances were good enough, maybe even get stationed somewhere peacefully and cushy as an officer for a few years. You must have had excellent grades. What makes you say that? Do I look like the serious, studious type? Perhaps a little. But to be honest, not really. But you take matters concerning me quite seriously. Well, you're half right. She weighs her words carefully, the boundary between her fabricated outline and the truth she's experienced gradually blurring into ambiguity. When it came to academics, I was quite diligent. I also considered myself cautious in other matters. For example, back then, when I received invitations from many consortia and institutions, just by signing contracts with them, I could have gotten substantial material support, enough to replenish the assets that were spent and implemented after I chose my academy. Did you accept? I didn't accept any of them. On one hand, I believe that there is no such thing as a free lunch. That is fucking facts. I always felt that someone might use those contracts to do something harmful. But in retrospect, it wouldn't have been mattered much. That sign, the wrong contract, and you're dead environment only became widespread after the punishing outbreak. Order and prosperity often go hand in hand, a quality of the Golden Age that was in no shortage of. As for the other reason, I thought I was so impressive with my own unique survival strategy, when really, it was just about fighting to be number one in everything, creating more options for myself. That's all. Man, this Vera is different. Where's the Dami mommy? Hey, you gotta love all aspects of the woman, all right? You gotta love all sides of them. There's that side, and then there's this side. You gotta be able to love them all. So, what kind of choices did you get? They were all trash. They barely qualified as choices. It was just me reciting to my circumstances. Vera narrows her eyes slightly as memories resurface, slicing through the piece of fruit peel. How should I explain this to you? At that time, some of my classmates from well-off families aimed to graduate into logistics or similar positions, but such comfortable futures required finding someone else to shoulder the burden in more demanding locations. Then there were those with leadership skills and charisma, whose life goal was simply to climb as high as possible. They didn't care about going into the front lines. All that mattered to them was being the ones who held the most power. Those types usually had their factions. So, all sorts of classmates and comrades took notice of someone like me, excellent academic performance but no background, no family, and few friends. At first, they bestowed their invitations upon me, mostly under the pretense of sharing mutual benefits, expecting me to join them with grateful reverence. I call your bluff. Oh, eager to jump in with an answer? Vera glances at you, goes back to the fruit and continues peeling. You're right. I was too uncooperative for my own good. They got irritated and started placing a little harmless stumbling blocks in my path, making me slip up during my training or causing trouble during minor operations, then slapping me with the label of malicious competitor. While I was struggling in their spider web, they'd use the same tactics against anyone willing to associate with me. I was a predictable outcome. I traveled alone, and in the end, I left alone. In between, all kinds of people walked in with me for a while and would part ways for various reasons. The fruit peel falls into the plate with a soft scraping sound, completely removed. Back then, Vera might have indeed cut through the spider web, or would have fallen into an even deeper, bottomless pit. There's no more talking about this anymore. Whatever order existed back then, the punishing virus has torn it all to shreds. Whether you believe it or not is entirely up to you. What do you think? She suddenly realizes that her listener hasn't responded for quite some time. Oh boy, did we fall asleep? She looks up towards the hospital bed, only to freeze in surprise. Because she sees that the little commandant from FOS is still holding the apple slice she had cut earlier, not having taken a single bite. Just furrowing their brow and staring intently at her. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought we passed out. What pricks? That's outrageous. A mocking laugh escapes her lips. You actually believe that? The commandant is momentarily stunned. At this very moment, Vera hears the words that man spoke of many years ago echoing in her ears. I mean, of course not. I believe you. Are you lying to me, though? But no. Of course not. I believe you. Seeing the earnest expression on the commandant's face, Vera tastes a hint of surprise within herself. She hasn't even realized that with each response from the commandant, her narratives has been gradually becoming more and more truthful. Yes, it really is true. That's how the story went. So then, after listening for so long to this boring story of mine, what did you learn? And wait, did you learn what you wanted to know? You didn't really ask much. With all your questions, you were trying to learn about the life of my temporary teammates. Or did you want to understand what the world looked like at the tail end of the Golden Age? She casually places the sliced apple into the dish, as if everything she just shared had nothing to do with her. After hearing her story and watching her nonchalant movements, the commandant suddenly poses a somewhat strange question. Vera, are you disappointed? What kind of stupid question is that? Do I look disappointed to you? Are you saying that if you input experiences like these, the only possible output is cynicism and world weariness? You really are sheltered, aren't you? You haven't even graduated from FOS yet. How many people have you actually met? How many situations have you observed? You're probably still stressing over exam scores every day. Not all hardships will forge. But that was the impression your story gives me. And yet, the story I'm hearing is still one like this. If it were me, I'd probably be very disappointed. I'm not disappointed at all, because I never expected anything in the first place. I've always known what human nature is really like. It's precisely because of that I don't think this punishing had much impact on me. After all, humans are the same wherever they go. I merely jump in one web into the other. Do I really have to talk about how I feel? Why are you so intent on dissecting me, little commandant? Vera viciously bites into the apple. If I must say it, then I despise human civilization. Choose your words carefully before you speak. I don't want to hear any scandalous attempts at reconciliation. Well, I won't presume to forgive on your behalf. I'm just somewhat grateful. Grateful for what? I'm just grateful that you made it all through. That you made it through it all. And that you've come all this way. Vera finds herself confronted with yet another completely unexpected response, leaving her sadistic comebacks with nowhere to land. Over the years, she has tracked down traitors, interrogated criminals, and confronted all sorts of people, with their responses always aligning closer with what she had anticipated. Now, she finds herself repeatedly thwarted in this brief conversation, sinking into an unfamiliar silence. Man, I wish PGR getting the attention it deserves. I want to see good Tavar cosplay. She looks beautiful. I think if someone pulled it off, it would be fucking crazy. Her costume would cost a lot. Yeah, her costume would cost a lot. It would cost a lot, but it would be so worth it if someone could do it. I was planning to cosplay as Noctis, but basically all PGR costumes need to make from scratch. I was say you got to make it from scratch. Like there's barely any references that you can do. Like it's hard to do them if you can find references at all. But I think if you are able to put the time in and find the time to do it and really make it shine and do it, it'll turn out good. Yeah, I think if someone did Vera's costume, this would probably get it more attention because a lot of people would be like, wow, what is that? I think it would be really cool if someone were doing it, if someone was able to pull it off. I'm gonna chew the apple. You seem to belatedly realize I've said too much to a construct I've only recently met, and suddenly lower your head to nibble on an apple as well. You two observe each other in silence, eventually reaching a particular kind of understanding. You've been the one figuring out everything these past few days. Thank you, Vera. Taking care of you has truly been the easiest mission I've handled. However, rather than continuing to waste on small talk, you should focus on how we'll reach the connection point to Babylonia next. Once you've recovered a bit more, we'll need to get moving. Vera checks the timeline Colonel assigned her. There aren't many days left before the deadline. She must submit those test materials. Can we stay here a few more days? 2 days. Or 3. At the very least, we should wait until your stomach wound. The bedside lamp suddenly flickers on with urgency, while alarms in the corridor outside the ward begin to wail. Emergency alert! A corrupted! You respond with the alarm etched into muscle memory, immediately propping yourself up to the hospital bed and struggling to climb down while clutching your side. Vera also springs to her feet instantly. If they spread all the way here, our rear defenses must have gone completely haywire. I've never seen a corrupted attack this ferocious before. An unsettling intuition creeps into her mind, but she cannot quite grasp what it is. Do you understand what's happening, little Commandant? This attack you've unfortunately encountered is no ordinary one. Even if you run for your life, you might not be able to escape. She tightens her grip on her weapon. Oh, afraid? No. Don't move on your own. You're injured. Wait here while I check the corridor. The sound of alarms is engraved into Vera's mind. She steps toward the exit and reaches for the door of the hospital room. Vera places her finger on the door. She hears eerie screeching from the corridor, followed quickly by the agonizing screams of those who couldn't evacuate in time. Go on, dude. That's great to know. Maybe you can share the experiences doing his costume from the scratch. Yeah, like I said, you would have a story to tell too if you did it. The shadow of the punishing virus looms over the earth. There is nowhere that's absolutely safe anymore. This temporary medical station will soon transform into a hellish inferno. She has walked the surface for many years. Since that winter of 2160, she has witnessed countless massacres just like that snowy night. Forget it. Change of plans. We're not leaving through the corridor. We're not that high up. We can use the window. She stares through the small window in the door at the corridor, but receives no response from you for an uncomfortably long time. Wait, what are you doing? She turns around with a delayed realization. For a moment, she dreads seeing a scene reminiscent of that incident from years ago. But she immediately realizes with dismay, yes, it's almost exactly the same. You stand motionless, poised at the marshal stance, tightly gripping a small fruit knife. Oh, we already read this part. Don't need to read it. She burst into sudden laughter. My dear Commandant, are you planning to perform a suicide ritual for me? That's certainly one way to lift my boredom. You stare at her in confusion, your eyes showing no recognition of her absurd question. Vera? Oh, I thought you'd be different from those damn bastards. You don't understand what she's talking about. You just furrow your brow, grip the small knife tightly, and speak with determination. I don't know what you're talking about, but I think you might be mistaken. That's who I'll always be, Vera. You follow Vera's gaze through the fruit knife, seemingly understanding something. I don't have anything better, so I'll have to use this. Now for the tactical command I was supposed to give. Based on my assessment of this situation, we must retreat. Vera, clear us a path. Wherever you go, I'll be right behind you. No blood spraying everywhere. No snow or wind rushing through the shattered windows. No corpse of a madman satisfied by suicide. Just a lonely, vulnerable human who hasn't even graduated yet without a proper weapon, injured and unsteady on their feet. Yet this very same person insists on brandishing a laughably tiny fruit knife while solemnly talking about some situation assessment. And they even said, clear us a path. She feels like a mad dog who's been fighting in the sewers for years, suddenly encountering a proper soldier waving around an ID badge and a fruit knife. She wheezes instinctively, feeling that this winter would be unlike any other. All right. The escape starts now, and no matter what, you better keep up with me, even if it costs me your life. Got that? Right. Woo! Okay. I think that's a good stopping point for tonight. We should be going on a bit longer for Saturday. Saturday's stream should be going on a bit longer. I'm hoping to make more headway than normal on Saturday. And do not worry, I will be on time. I don't got anything going on in the morning for Saturday, so I will be on time. I can assure you I will be on time. Ain't nothing gonna go south, all right? I'm gonna make sure of that. So, okay. That's a good stopping point to be at. We still got a long way ahead of us. We've still got at least 19 chapters to go. So yeah, I'm hoping to make some good headway on it. We are what? Probably not even. We're 20%. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. I thought it'd be long. I thought it'd be a little lower than that. So that's not bad. Not terrible at all. Not terrible at all. So okay, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, that's going to do it for tonight. We made good headway. Again, the short film was out. If you haven't seen that, I advise you to go watch that. Teve's short film was actually is getting ready to go into the production phase. I've got to make some couple tweaks on the script, and then it's ready to roll for the production phase. Still working on a couple of things on the back end. I'm going to be doing that all weekend. And then we continue on with Vera's floating record. That's really about it. All I've got, at least. So yeah, again, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it. I thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all who has been here. Like I said, we're getting closer and closer to the catching up to the main story. Oh, Saturday too. We will be watching the live stream. So I will be doing a watch party for that live stream. Should be a good one. I'm excited to see it, get into it, and yeah. Again, I don't want to take up any more of your time, ladies and gentlemen. I've said everything I needed to say. So far, the chapter is really good. I do like how we are seeing like the past us and seeing a little bit more history behind us on it. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen in the future with it. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you all Saturday morning. Probably going to be earlier than 6. So we're probably going to do like 5:30, 5:15 maybe. So we'll shoot for 5:15, 5:30. So 5:15, 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, we will be watching the live stream for the new patch and then going on to do Vera's floating record. Until then, I hope you guys have a good night, a good morning, and a good afternoon, wherever you may be. And I'll see you then. I'm out. Peace!